Okay, on your formula sheet, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 product to sum and differences formula. Okay, that's directly from your reference sheet. In this video, let's look at how to derive equation identity 3 and 4 first, and we'll deal with 1 and 2 in the next video. All right. Now this is called product to sum identities for trigonometry, because on the left hand side over here, we've got a product. Product means two functions multiplied by each other. And we can change it to sum, or we've got a product, we can change it to a difference. Difference is subtraction, sum is addition. Okay, so we're changing multiplication into plus or minuses, hence why it's called product to sum and difference. Okay, let's look at how do we derive question 3 and 4 in this video. Now, if we know that from the compound angle formula, if I have sine A plus or minus B, I'm going to get sine A cosine B plus or minus sine B cosine A. This actually breaks into two equations, okay, two identities. One is for the plus, okay, with the plus, and one is for the minus with minus. Hence why plus minus and plus minus over here. Right now, if we look at these two equations and say, let's add them together. Let's add them together. If we're going to add them together, sine A plus B plus sine of A minus B, you're going to get sine A cosine B plus sine B cosine A, which is the right hand side of the first equation, first identity, okay, plus the right hand side of the second identity. Okay, so this minus sine B cosine A. And you see over here that one of them is going to cancel out, sine B cosine A and sine B cosine A, leaving you with just 2 sine A cosine B. If we rearrange this equation, you're going to get sine A cosine B is equals to half of sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. Okay, and that is the same. Okay, so that's one of the product to sum differences. Product to sum and differences, and that is the first one over here. Okay, those two are the same. Oops, that's not right. That was not the same one. It is same as the one over here. There we go. Okay, now let's take a look at the same thing. How do we derive identity number 4? If you look at number 3 and number 4, they're essentially the same, except that I swapped the order of A and B. So instead of sine A sine B, sine A cosine B, I have cosine A sine B. All right, so let's write that down. Cosine A sine B. Okay, cosine A sine B on the left hand side of the fourth identity over here. If I rearrange it, this is the same as sine B and cosine of A. All right, so if you look at it, what happened here is literally is the same thing as the one we just derived, except that I swapped A and B around. Okay, where is A is now B, where is B is now A. So I'm going to use the result that we just derived and say that this is the same as B plus A plus sine of B minus A. This is the same as half of sine of A plus B, because A plus B is the same as B plus A, plus sine of, now over here I'm going to factorize out the negative A minus B over here. A minus B. Okay, we're going to factorize out the negative. And this is the same as half of sine A plus B, not plus anymore, but this time is a minus sine of A minus B. So I can move that negative onto the outside over here. I can move that negative to the outside over here. Why? Why is that the case? Well, if you think about a sine function, sine graphs look like this. And if I rotate it 180 degrees, I'm going to obtain itself again. If I rotate it 180 degrees, it still looks the same. Okay, that is the definition of an odd function, because sine functions, they are odd functions. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. So f of theta equals to sine theta is an odd function. Okay, so what that means is I can say that what is the definition of odd function? That means f of negative x equals to negative f of x. Okay, that means if I have negative inside the function for an odd function, I can move that negative to the outside, obtaining the second result. So this is the other one. This is the cosine A sine B is equals to this. So this is the fourth result from your formula sheet over here. Cosine A sine B equals to this. Cosine A sine B equals to this.